Hi guys, it's me. I'm trying something new again. Telling you, it's hard work trying to get a video uploaded. I am telling you. The uh, the video I did on my smartphone, the LG G Stylo this morning, is still in the 1% mode, and it's been about 7 hours. So right now it's 4:29 p.m. Central Standard Time, January the 25th, 2017, and it's about 65 degrees outside. Pretty nice, beautiful day in Central Texas. Partly cloudy, I guess you'd say. But anyway, this is Rusty 78609, and I'm in my 26-foot bunkhouse Jayco J Flight travel trailer. It's hard to get all this right. And anyway, for you guys that full time RV or camp in a car, I have playlists on my channel homepage. Just go to my channel homepage and click on playlists and watch the ones that you want to. There's a lot of them there for RVing and or car camping. But anyway, this I had an individual leave me a message and asked me to do a video. It says, could you do a video on towing a travel trailer and fifth wheel? For those of us, that are new to the options, I don't understand the benefits and hassles of either bumper towing or fifth wheeling. Okay. Well, while I am not an expert, I have had both. I had a 32-foot fifth wheel for about 2 years. And of course, since that time, I've had a 26-foot bumper pull travel trailer, two of those, and one 19-foot bumper pull travel trailer. And that's been over a period. I've been full time on the road for 20 years. For the past 4 years, I've just gone camping in my Toyota Prius. So, but fifth wheels compared to bumper pull, there are some differences. For example, one, for the fifth wheels, the towing hookup is in the back of your pickup, okay, or your tow vehicle, your truck. And it's it's a big round thing. It can be it's kind of they're like this. They're different shapes, but anyway, it's called a fifth wheel. It mounts in the bed of your truck, and and then you hook the fifth wheel. It's a ball that goes into that hookup in the back of your truck, and once it's connected, then you're able to pull on out just like you would with a bumper pull, hooking it up to a hitch. Okay. The difference in towing is, at least in my experience, is number one, it seems to tow easier than a travel trailer. I have to say that. It seems like the fifth wheel, of course, you don't have the sway bars and stuff that you have on a travel trailer, but you don't get a lot of the movement from the wind if there's a side wind. Uh, when you're going down the interstates, you don't seem to notice it near as much with a fifth wheel as you do with pulling a travel trailer. Another thing about fifth wheels is you can maneuver them somewhat more easily because you don't have to worry about, quote, jackknifing the trailer, so to speak, because you can back a fifth wheel at a pretty good angle. Like this could be where my hand is. This could be the vehicle, and this is the trailer, and you could be like this, okay? But with a travel trailer, you're not going to be able to do that. And so there are some advantages to maneuverability and uh, wind movement as you're going down the road pulling a fifth wheel. The advantage there would be to the fifth wheel. The downsides are, at least in my experience, because I didn't have one of the gigantic fifth wheels, and it certainly wasn't one of the top of the line models. And the bed is in the front, or where the fifth wheel hookup is. It's up at the top of that. And sometimes you can't stand up all the way in the bedroom. okay, because they're only like 48 inches high or whatever they happen to be. Now, there are some larger units that are fully, they're huge, but and they're a little pricey, but you can stand up in your bedroom in the front of the RV. Having said that, as to travel trailers, of course, when you hook up a travel trailer, you've got these stabilizer bars and other sway bars that you can add, and I had them both, and they do help. They do help a lot, actually. The sway bars keep the RV from moving around too much as you're pulling down the highway in the wind. And whenever a truck comes along beside you on the interstate, if you don't have those sway bars and so forth, then you're going to get some movement in the trailer. And if you're towing a long distance, that can be a little tiring because you're kind of doing this all the time and you're having to hang on the steering wheel and just on long distances. But now for short hauls, 2 or 3 hour trips, you won't even notice it. In fact, you won't notice on the short trips. I'd have to say there's very little difference between the fifth wheel and the travel trailer. But for long hauls, the advantage would be probably uh, to the fifth wheel, just because it's more stable on the road than the travel trailer. And of course, you can use the stabilizer bars, and that helps a lot. I had them all, everything you could have, and they do help. But pulling a travel trailer is what it is. You're pulling a lot of weight back there. In the same way with a fifth wheel, so you got to have a vehicle that's powered enough to accomplish that job with quote room left over. In other words, overpower your vehicle rather than underpower. Because I did that. It was like a 19 foot travel trailer. That was the last one I had before this one. This is a 26 foot Jayco, and but it was a 19 foot, and I thought I'd get by on the cheap, so I bought me a 4.2 liter Ford pickup, and no, that was a little underpowered even for that 19 foot lightweight RV. You needed a small V8 would have been much better. A mid-size V8 would have been much, much better because, you get out in these hills and mountains and so forth, and, it just makes it so much nicer when you have more power than you need. You don't have to always just have the accelerator to the floor and the engine is just groaning. So go with overpower rather than underpower. As to the choice between the fifth wheel and the bumper pull travel trailer, that's just individual preference. You can probably get a cheaper unit with a travel trailer than you can with a fifth wheel, I think. Uh, but as far it's just personal preference, and if you spend enough money, you'll have a bedroom you can stand up in and a lot of other things. And so I really can't give the fifth wheel a negative there, but there are some fifth wheels that you cannot stand up in the bedroom. And if you're going to live in it or go on extended trips, and if it's just you, it's not a problem. If it's you and your wife or whoever, then that can be a little bit of a pain. Okay, so that's the answer to that question. He poses a lot of other questions about ideas on videos and so forth. But as far as benefits and hassles, as you say, they both have benefits and they both have hassles. I mean, hooking up the travel trailer to your tow vehicle probably will take longer than it will with a fifth wheel. Uh, the reason is if you're adding the sway bars and so forth. As far as setting it up, that's the same in my opinion. Setting up a fifth wheel, putting the jacks down, hooking it up to the water, septic, electric. Those are the same issues on either way you go. And so I couldn't recommend one over the other. Another thing you ask about is the dump stations, And no, you're right. A lot of people, I don't think you'll ever see a video on a dump station. And the best thing you could do there is, you can go to a state park or whatever. I mean, or when I'm out next on my next trip, if I think about it, I'll do a video and show you what the dump station setup is. But it's just a pull through. You just have to be sure you're going the right direction and your hookups are on the right side or on the side where all the stuff is, because there is in New Mexico a state park. It's called Oliver Lee. And for some reason, they've got their dump station so that when you're pulling out, rather than just pulling over to the right and pulling on through and going on out, wrong. You got to go past the dump station, turn around, and come around the other way. All right, is that confusing? Yes. I don't know why they did that. I think that was just a mistake by the contractor, and they have to live with it. But you have to be aware of that. Be sure that if you pull up to a dump station, to be sure that your hookups are on the right side, so to speak. And that doesn't matter if you're in a fifth wheel or a no wheel. Just be sure they're on the right side. And as far as the dump station itself, most dump stations have a place where you could hook up a garden hose so that whenever you do your dump, that you can disconnect your drain hose, take a garden hose, or they may have one already there, and wash out your drain hose so that it's clean when you put it away, so to speak, and then you can close your valves or whatever you want to call it, and be on your way. Just takes a few minutes. It does, to dump the black and the gray uh, tanks takes, oh, I don't know, 10 minutes for the whole operation. It doesn't take long, just a few minutes. It dumps real quick. And if you have a newer RV that has the outside hookup where you can hook up a garden hose and flush your tanks, I would recommend that you do that on a regular basis as you're traveling, because uh, odors can build up. But if you flush your tanks, once a month, or yeah, once a month is fine. You don't need to go crazy about it. But uh, as far as towing a fifth wheel and so forth, you just have to, again, you could rent one and try one, or you could rent both one at a time and see what you think. But don't make too big a deal out of it, because what you want is a unit that you feel comfortable in when you're getting ready to go to bed at night or when you're parked. Whether it's a fifth wheel or a travel trailer, makes no difference. It's whatever you feel comfortable in. So anyway, having said that, I'm trying another phone to upload my videos, so I don't know what this is going to come out like. I'm still having some problems uploading videos in HD using my LG G Stylo. So this is an old LG phone that I found today, and it still works okay. So we're doing this, and actually I'm doing it with the rear facing camera, which has a few more megapixels than the front, because it is an old smartphone. And but anyway, that's my speech on fifth wheel towing and travel trailer towing. And this is Rusty 78609 saying thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye bye. Buy USA made when you can or if you can. And take deep breaths, breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. Why? Because it does relieve stress a little bit. And, stretch, and, walk, eat good, don't eat out too much, drink plenty of water, keep your health. And sometime this century, this video may be up, and if you stay healthy, you'll be able to see it. But anyway, that's a heads up on towing as best I can. It's been a long time since I towed a fifth wheel, but I'm sure it's the same thing today. It doesn't matter. The fifth wheel's a fifth wheel. So anyway, thumbs up, guys. Adios. And also, the cutoff is on the other side of the phone, so I got to get up and punch a button. Bye bye.